Hey folks, sitting before you is the Smith and Wesson model M&P 1522 and 22 long rifle. This one is Realtree APG HD because I love camo, and I love camo on my ARs. This is my favorite 22 rifle. I love it. It is a blast to shoot. And of course it's economical, which if you've seen the advertisement for these, it says kick brass. Kick the brass habit. And it's pretty awesome. I love it. It shoots really, really nice. And it's also very accurate. But I'll get into that a little bit. It comes with a 10-round magazine, and of course you can purchase 25 rounders. So I kind of stocked up on them a little bit because of the zombie apocalypse that is upon us. And when I say zombies, I mean the mindless, unthinking zombies that are trying to ban high-capacity magazines. So I figured I should probably stock up on them before they're illegal, which I honestly don't think is going to happen, but doesn't hurt to be safe. I like these mags. You can get these for about 20 bucks, and as you see, I got some in Desert here. I got some of these from 44mag.com, and then I got some from midwayusa.com. So in case you're interested, they are shipping. So this puppy here, back to this. It's blowback, semi-auto. Has a 16-inch barrel. Barrel twist is 1 in 15. Has a 6-position telescoping stock, kind of pretty much military standard. In fact, I believe the stock is actually off a standard carbine. It's not popping out, whatever. The front sight is a adjustable A2 post. The rear sight, adjustable dual aperture. These are pretty much the exact same sights as what you find in the AR, other than obviously they're removable. Now, these are not cheap plastic sights. These are actually metal, some sort of alloy, aluminum alloy, whatever. So you could actually take these off of this and put them on a standard AR, and they're very durable. Really good sights. Like I said, accurate. Now, I would like to get a scope put on this, and that way I can test the accuracy even a little bit better. I got really, the accuracy, the rifle itself is inherently accurate, but I think with a scope, it's going to allow me to have this rifle meet its potential. But as it is, these sights are good, but I can't wait to get a nice scope on here. The overall length on here is 33.75 inches. With it collapsed, it's 30.5 inches. The rifle itself weighs 5.5 pounds unloaded, and it feels really light. It's kind of like when you see it and you first look at it and you think it's going to weigh the same as a standard AR carbine, and it doesn't. It's very light. The barrel is carbon steel. The upper is polymer, and the lower is polymer, which is part of why it's a little bit lighter. Now, this lower is all one piece. There is no screwing the buffer tube in. It's all one piece. The grip is separate, and I believe it looks like a standard AR grip, but it is all one piece. So, if you wanted to take this buffer tube off and put something else on there, a different configuration, you can't. The charging handle on here is not a standard AR charging handle, and it pulls back. It's a lot shorter than a standard, and that's because it is blowback operated. It's not gas impingement. So, with the short casing of a 22, it doesn't need to go back that far. It comes down, it disassembles upper and lower just the same as the AR, And it really looks pretty much, I think it's the same parts as a standard AR. A lot of the parts inside look to be the same. There are a few things in here that are plastic instead of aluminum, because, you know, with the 22 you don't, it's a lot lower pressure and a lot less recoil. I don't think you need the same materials that you do for a standard AR, because it doesn't need, it's not up to as much abuse as a AR. So right here is what I one of the big differences between this is in the lower receiver magwell. And as you see right here, there is a groove, or it's like a little ramp built into it. This is a smaller opening, and if you look on this magazine, there's a little section cut out here, and that's how it fits in. So you would not be able to stick a standard magazine in. It's going to hit that little ramp right there and not go in. Now, I don't know exactly why Smith and Wesson did that. I don't know if it was safety, so that you can't accidentally stick a standard AR mag in it loaded with 5.56, or if it's some sort of, you know, just something else with engineering, has to do with maybe the shorter recoil cycle on it. Not exactly sure, but needless to say, it is a little bit different. The function on it is exactly the same. Safety operates exactly the same. Feels the same. So a very well put together carbine. This, like I said, is all polymer. I'd be careful about, you know, with the standard AR low receiver, you're not supposed to pull the trigger and let it hit the front block right here. With this, I'd maybe even be a little bit more leery of it, since this is polymer. I don't know if it might chip it or anything like that. Here it is with the 10-round magazine. So there it is, partially disassembled, and fully disassemble it. Here's the charging handle. Now, one of the differences on here, this buffer tube is fake. There doesn't need to be a buffer tube, because this sets up against this wall right here, and it's only this forward section right here that reciprocates. So the bolt overall is about the same length, kind of similar in appearance, but it's only the front section. And it's kind of interesting, this on the side, these are not exactly square because the extractor is there. This one sits just a little bit lower, so when you line it up, you got to keep that in mind. With this, you know, on an AR, you put it up, hit the notch, and it slides down. You don't do that on this, it just slides in straight from the back. Stick this little notch, I don't know what you call it, stick that in the slot there, slide it forward, good to go. So, but when it reciprocates, this here stays in place and this comes back. I can't tell you enough how much I like this rifle. I think it's well put together, it looks nice, and the most important thing is that it allows you to train with your rifle without the expense of shooting 5.56 or 6.8 or whatever it is you shoot out of your AR. You can shoot it with the cheap 22 ammo, which I think is awesome. Now, one thing you've probably found in this recent ammo shortage is that the 22 is not impervious to ammo droughts. And the 22 is actually, it's been pretty hard to find. In fact, I would say it's probably one of the harder rounds to find right now, because they are starting to trickle in some 5.56, but the 22, the shelves have been bare since the beginning of this most recent ammo scare brought on by those zombies, the brainless wonder children. So the 22 is not impervious to ammo shortage, but it is still cheap. So when you can find it, you don't have to pay a lot. And I actually, I've had a lot of 22 ammo on hand, so I don't have any shortage now, so I don't have any problem going out and shooting it. And this is a lot of fun. Now the upper receiver and the lower receiver, as I said, are made of polymer, but Smith and Wesson has put steel inserts into these for reinforcement. So don't think just because it's polymer that it's cheap or anything like that, or that it can be broken easily. I would say it has pretty similar durability to a standard AR, even though it's polymer. And if you guys have been around guns, and now is the age of the polymer gun, so I don't have to tell you how strong polymer is these days. It's not like it's easy to break anyway, but they did reinforce it with steel, so this puppy's gonna last. It's gonna last a long time. It's gonna get good durability. It's been very reliable. I've gotten it to shoot pretty much any type of ammo that I have fed through it. Anywhere from the junk bulk ammo that I've had issues with in other handguns to the high velocity stuff. I've shot CCI, I've shot Remington, I've shot Winchester White Box, I've shot pretty much everything. So Federal I've shot. So it shoots really well. It eats pretty much everything I've fed through it. Like I said, I haven't had any jams with it at all. A couple of the details on this. You'll notice the Picatinny rail on all four sides, so you can mount all the standard optics and accessories on this that you would a regular AR. And something else, the loader on here, load assist, is also ambidextrous, and it's the same with full-size magazines. The MSRP on this is $549. Standard is $499. So this here, as I said, is a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. If you have any questions, let me know. Semper Fi.